Destiny Taken King tips for fusion rifles. Anyway, fusion rifles have got a buff in the April update, which basically lowered their recoil, aka tightened the spread of the bolts, which is pretty helpful because in the default year 2, it was fusion rifles were basically trash. But now they're at least usable and challenging. And the video you see here is me using my Plan C and my treads upon stars. And I've got some bad times in this gameplay and good times in this gameplay. Times where I shoot somebody from a mile away, or times where I just whip it out and use the exotic perk. And anyway, let's get on to fusion rifles. Fusion rifles, they require a charge and then shoot. They were crazy in year 1, so they nerfed them in year 2. But then they buffed them a smidge in the April update. Like there, I just shot the guy from a yard or 2 away. What basically you need, it's not like a shotgun where it's just range. This thing needs bolts to land, so if you want to shoot somebody halfway across the map, aim at their feet, and then let the recoil and the rest of the bolts do the rest. And yeah, that's the one cool thing, that the bolts are also tightened, so one of them won't like accidentally just fly above his head or anything. And yeah. And one thing, Telesto is most of everybody's favorite, but mine is actually Plan C. Why? Well, a few things that are interesting. I saw this one thing that somebody actually crossed map with this fusion rifle. And I want to try to replicate that. But in the gameplay, I don't really do that. But I do end up with some long-range shots. And then another thing is that the exotic perk, I think it's more tactical than Telesto. Telesto's exotic perk is also pretty tactical, but then in a way is more funny and challenging. Why, I'd say? Well, because of you can shoot the explosive bolts on an ally and then have them run into a crowd of enemies and hopefully get a kill or 2. Or lead an enemy into a cave and then splash this on the ground and then pow, they're done. But then Plan C is kind of just a super quick draw, like you're shooting somebody, oh no, they're getting so close to me with their shotgun, whip it out, boom, they're done for. This thing cannot compete with any super, especially the hammer. the hammer is just way too much. No, and a Nova Bomb and anything else. Well, maybe it could probably stand up with a Shadow Shot, because, well, sometimes stuff can get in the way of the Shadow Shot. And yeah, that's mostly it for countering supers with fusions. But some of the best fusion rifles, other than the Plan C, the Vacancy, the Vortex is a pretty good choice because you can follow up shots pretty easily. Or what other one? Oh yeah, the Vacancy. Vacancy is pretty good because it has high range, which is very good for any fusion rifle. And then Version FR4, same thing with the Vacancy. And yeah, it's pretty good. But anyway, smack that like button, hit the sub, drop the comment, and I'll see you guys later. And make sure you note your favorite fusion rifle below.